Hey, this is Mark. Wanted to share some information for you. I think you'll be pretty excited once you learn and understand it. I'm going to get into a screen share here and see if I can show you what I'm looking to share with you. And where is that rascal? There she is. PowerPoint. Hopefully you're seeing this PowerPoint. So this is an opportunity to really work with businesses that have no idea that this is out there. And when they see what this is, it's such an eye opener. It's crazy. So just to let you know, it's about taxes. They have to pay them quarterly. But this opportunity, I think it is a once in a lifetime. And I don't normally say that because I've been in a million of them and failed at a million of them. But there were three things that I was looking for when I was looking at this. Does it cost me anything? Well, it costs you some time and effort, but nothing financially. But you can't be a secret agent. You have to tell people about it. So, is it easy to learn and explain? Absolutely. And when you'll see that as we go through this. And can you make a lot of money? Absolutely, right now and in the future, just off of one deal. So, those are some of the things we're going to talk about. So why would you want to listen to me? Well, the money I'm going to show you will answer that question pretty easily. You should evaluate every word and fact, do your due diligence, know when you're ready, and when you are, there's a place here with us. So when I first learned about this, I never heard this before, but there's a tax code section that's been actually in existence since 1993. It's Section 45B of the FICA tip tax credit. I immediately recognized the potential when I understood what this was. 45B has been part of the IRS code for a very long time, decades. It allows eligible businesses in their tipped industries to recover the employer's paid portion of Social Security Medicare taxes, the FICA tax, on qualifying employees that report their tips. What that means is all the restaurants, all the bars, and many other services that you might know of might be sitting on tens of thousands of dollars that they could be getting back from the IRS. Some of them are hundreds of thousands of dollars that are actually part of the federal law, but nobody filed for them because they didn't know about it. Most accountants don't know about it. They're too busy just trying to get everything together to actually learn or put this into place. The great thing is, it's a lot of blue water out there. I mean, about 90% of the people have no idea this exists. So, your role is very simple. Open the door, make an introduction, start with a conversation. There's no barrier for entry, no inventory, no product fulfillment, no technical expertise. The market is enormous, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows where restaurants, bars, hotels, and salons are. And if you know anybody in the hospitality industries, then you should be talking with them too, because they've never heard of this. It's a great path to success. That's why I'm excited. So, what you do, you walk in with your iPad, you walk in with your laptop or a flyer, and you show them the money because that's really what it's going to be about. So, here's an example of a flyer if you didn't have a laptop or an iPad. You walk in, you show them this and talk about the legal ramifications. We've been doing this since 95, and all of these different things. And a lot of people are going to say, well, oh, my CPA does that. Well, great. Tell me, did you get a $100,000 check from FICA? Because I'm pretty sure you'd know if you did. Yeah, most people, it's like going to a general practitioner instead of a surgeon. Hey, I'm your general practitioner. I'm going to do heart surgery on you. No, I know you got a problem now, but I'm not going to do that. So that's a flyer that we can help you with. This is all kind of media in the back office. It's all there to help you get going. What we want to do is make sure that you have a chance to get into it. Also, I'm going to show you something and pull it up. It's actually the part of the back end office that you actually get. Okay, let me get to it here. There it is. Okay, so this is part of your back office, and this is what you could go in with electronic device. I always start here, which is the money, because that's what people want to see, right? Okay, and you just go through the funnel. I've got 30 employees, part-time, full-time. I'm paying them in Tennessee minimum wage at $2.13, but they're bringing home about $900, and that's just above the lowest I mean, some people are bringing in $2,400 here in Nashville. And they work, let's say, 30 hours a week, 32 hours a week. That's pretty standard. Okay. So, Mr. Business Owner, you got checks from the IRS for FICA tax of $67,000. Guess what? This is after our fees. This is net to you after we do all the filing and put it all together and get past the IRS because we know what we're doing. We've been doing it for decades. And this is 1 year. You can get 3 years. So we're talking over $200,000 or pretty close, 180, right? That's not bad. And that's just for actually letting us help you do what we do. Okay. Then I go back up here and they're like, okay, well, how fast would it take? Well, okay, let's see. Yes, you have a business. No, I don't have multiple businesses. My personal tax, I made $100,000 on the books, so $100,000. I'm a sole proprietor. My annual revenue is about 2 million, and I spend about 180 million or 1,800,000. And I spend that on the building, the payroll, the taxes, the food, everything. Okay. And then you put those numbers in, you hit next. Boom. Okay. So next means that's where we come down here and we actually view those numbers. Let's do them again just so you can see them. Let's say it was 40 people, minimum wage in California. California minimum wage is about $10, but the way the law is set up, the maximum you can put is 1.5. You see that right here, right? And then let's say they're making 2,000 a week with tips, California. And let's say they're doing 40 hours a week. Look at that number, $220,000, $22,000. 1 year. They can do 3 years. Unbelievable. It's amazing. So then you ask him, when do you want to start? Well, yeah, I'd like to start right now. Okay. Well, let's do it. But this also happens. You see beauty and personal care, like, salons and nail salons and all those things. You can do it for those guys too. They can only get 1 year. But restaurants is really what you want to focus on because they can get 3 years and your commission depends on how much they get, right? So you want to make sure you get them everything. So get started by the survey. You're good. We hit the I'm not a robot. We put in the information again just so you'll see it. The next page, it is a bar, right? It's Mark's bar. Less than 3 states, right? I got less than 3 of them. Mark, Noble. You think you could type that in? Great part is you don't have to. You can actually have them type it in. I don't really put anything in here, but you can if you want. I'm not a robot and I submit. How long did that take? And so now is the main question. How fast do you want this money back from the IRS? Well, let's schedule you an appointment right now because you need to talk with our federally licensed federal tax attorney, Mr. Brewer, and he's got an opening tomorrow, Thursday at, you said mornings is good, is 11 or is it 4 better? You're going to be with him for about a half an hour to start the ball rolling. It doesn't cost you anything. You're going to have the exact numbers you're going to work on, and he's going to tell you what you need to get back to him so that he can file for you. Once you file, then you got about 6 to 8 weeks to get that check. Okay. So that's how easy it is. Do you think that you guys could pull that off? I hope you could. But let's continue on. Let's see if I can get you a little bit of extra information here. So hopefully you're seeing the screen. Let's get into the money that you could make. Okay. I like that. You're going to get all of this stuff in the back office for free. The Black Swan and all of that stuff, affiliated.com and all that. It's all embedded. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. But let's talk about the money. You're going to get a calculator where you'll be able to figure this out. But let me just show you this. Based off of the average restaurant, high, low, average is $100,000. To refile each of those years costs $2,000. So 3 years is $6,000. That's the actual paperwork, documentation, that kind of thing. But this $100,000 is net to the restaurant owner, not our fees. Our fees are coming from the IRS. So the IRS is giving us our money and they get their money, and all the fees are already paid out of that. We take that 6,000 and minus it from there, and there's $19,000. We multiply that by 65%, and that's the total commission to you and your downline or upline should really be. Okay. And you would get 75% of that. So if you brought the restaurant in, you had them sign up, you went through that little 5-minute presentation and send them off and they got through, you'd make $9,262.50. Not bad. That's for the last 3 years. Next year is going to come around again. They could do another year. So you could have 50 restaurants next year just doing that 1 year and taken care of and getting some money for it. Okay, now this is the part that really excited me. Normally in any kind of a sales thing, it's not a network marketing, it's not a pyramid, it doesn't go to infinity. There are 3 levels. It's much more like an insurance agency, except for you are getting paid from above, not below. So the person that you bring in, if they sign the deal, they get the lion's share. They wouldn't get the deal, but you would get 10% of what they got. So in this instance, they got $9,000 and you got $1,200. And the person that brought you in got $1,200. And the person under them or over them who brought them in got half of that, or $600. So this money here, this extraordinary money, imagine that you went out and you got one deal a month. That's $120,000 on one deal a month. And let's say you had 10 other people get one deal a month, and they had 10 people that got one deal a month. Yeah, the money is insanely good. Now, this is all blue water. What that means is there ain't nobody doing it. There's about 400 people in our company. There's only a couple of companies, and we are paying way more than they are. So go ahead and look at them and find out how much we're paying compared to anybody else. It's outstanding. I'm going to get out of this share and say the biggest thing is you just want to get back to the person who brought you in here. You want to watch this, rewind it, watch it again, watch it again. It doesn't cost anything to sign up. It doesn't cost anything to get all this information. It doesn't cost anything to get help. We're here to help you because we want you to get money so that we can get money. So you don't pay for anything. It's all there. We have training videos. We have training meetings. We have a great team to help you out. The thing is, can you see yourself somehow marketing to restaurants? That's really the key. If you don't have the ability to walk in and say, hi, can I talk with the owner? What you can do is get online and find out who the owner is, and call the restaurant and find out when they're going to be there, normally during the week, and then show up and then give them 5 minutes. Either come in with the flyer or come in with the iPad and show them the money. That's really what it's about. Again, they're going to say their CPA does this. You just got to say respectfully, that's awesome. Most CPAs that we talk to are specialized in everything, but not one specific thing. We are a very niche. We've been doing this for decades. And unless you can tell me you got a check for $100,000 from the IRS for FICA, you probably have missed it, right? And you could have been getting this. How many years you been in business? You've been in business 12 years. You could have been getting this every year for the last 12 years. Now we can help you get 3, but the other ones are gone. So anyway, guys, pretty exciting. Do some due diligence. Get out there and look at everything. See what's going on. Sign up and let me see you on the other side. Love you, man. Love you, lady.